Welcome to Spirit Investigations and welcome to Alabama Spooks, a collection of ghostly places and events from history in the heart of Dixie. This list of 10 for Alabama is part of a playlist of gentle listening ghostly collections from across the USA. The screen will fade to black so you can enjoy the stories without distractions. Please do consider a like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. The first story on our list is in Red Level, Alabama. The abandoned Oakey Street Methodist Church, better known as Consolation Church, which is said to be a hotspot for the supernatural. Legend has it that the church closed its doors due to the incessant cries and screams of ghosts. Visitors have reported sightings of hellhounds, banshees, child apparitions, and even marching Confederate soldiers. Some claim that if you linger too long, a phantom 1964 black Ford truck will chase you off the grounds. Could that be a previous caretaker, and he's still performing his duties? Our second story takes us deep into the woods on KU Road in Hartzell, where there lies a bridge known as Crybaby Hollow. The most common tale tells of a horse-drawn wagon that overturned in the 1800s, causing an infant to fall into the creek below. Locals say that if you visit the bridge at night, you can hear the cries of the lost child echoing through the hollow. At number 3, we travel to Newton, Alabama, where the story of Bill Skeeto has become a legend. Skeeto, a Methodist minister, was very tall, and in 1864 he proved troublesome to execute by lynching. A hole was dug beneath his feet to accommodate his height, and that method proved to be successful. However, despite numerous attempts to fill the hole back in again, it reportedly refused to stay filled for over a century. Today, a monument stands near to the site, commemorating Skeeto's tragic end. Number 4 takes us to Montgomery's Huntington College, which is home to the tale of the Red Lady. According to legend, a student called Martha, who was originally from New York, became more and more isolated, withdrawn, and felt very out of place. It may have been because of her fondness for the colour red, with red clothes, red bedsheets, and a myriad of other red items that she proudly decorated the room with. Perhaps she was considered odd or weird by other students, but her loneliness ended in tragedy, with her taking her own life in that dorm room on the 4th floor. Since then, students have reported sightings of a woman in red roaming the halls, her presence being accompanied by a feeling of deep sadness. Also, her old room is said to glow red on every anniversary of her death. At number 5, the Pickens County Courthouse in Carrollton holds a haunting image caught in a window. After a former slave named Henry Wells was accused of arson and lynched, a storm shattered every window pane except one. In that pane, the image of a man's face appeared, and remains to this day, believed by many to be Wells's spirit seeking justice. Number 6. The Tombigbee River near Pennington is the location for this story, which is said to be haunted by a whole ship. The Eliza Battle was a steamboat which ran a route between Columbus, Mississippi, and Mobile, Alabama. On March 1, 1858, it was carrying roughly 60 passengers and a crew of 45 when a fire destroyed the ship. On cold, misty nights, locals claimed to see the burning remains of the ship gliding silently along the river, a spectral reminder of the tragedy that took 33 lives. For number 7, we have the Sweetwater Mansion, which was built in 1835 and is located at 1050 Sweetwater Avenue, Florence, Alabama. It has a local and national reputation for paranormal activity. One story is of the caretaker, who claimed to have seen a casket in a downstairs room containing the body of a Confederate soldier. She believed it to have been an apparition from one of the funerals held at the house, particularly a son of the famous General Patton. At number 8 in Mobile, Alabama, the Church Street Graveyard is home to a tree called the Boyington Oak. Charles Boyington was executed in 1835 for the murder of his friend, a crime he insisted he didn't commit. He claimed that a tree would grow from his grave as proof of his innocence. Sure enough, and true to his word, an oak tree now stands where he was buried. Number 9 takes us to Tuscaloosa's Drish House, which has a tower that locals say bursts into flames without burning. These ghostly fires are attributed to the spirit of Sarah Drish, who, according to legend, requested candles to be lit at her funeral. It was a simple request, but when it wasn't granted and her wishes weren't fulfilled, her spirit took matters into its own hands. Finally, to Demopolis, where the Gaineswood mansion is said to be haunted by the ghost of a former housekeeper. After the death of the lady of the house, the housekeeper took over her duties. Visitors have reported hearing piano music playing in an empty music room, which is believed to be the housekeeper continuing her evening routines. Well, that wraps up our journey through Alabama's haunted history. From restless spirits to mysterious flames, the heart of Dixie is rich with tales that blur the line between history and legend. Thanks for joining me on this eerie adventure. Until next time, keep your lanterns lit and your minds open, because you never know what might be lurking just around the bend.